Hi guys, this is your Life Path number 3 reading for July 2019. I've just got to get a piece of paper out of my drawer. I've already done the astrology for July, and there's quite a bit going on in the astrology in the sky at the moment. I'm going to give you the new moons and full moon dates. So we'll start with the new moon on the 2nd or 3rd of July, depending on whether you're in the northern hemisphere or southern hemisphere. There is a new moon in the sign of Cancer, and it's a total solar eclipse. So this is why I'm saying July is going to be quite a major month. Being that it's in the sign of Cancer, Cancer relates to families, all that sort of type thing, stability, home, family, extended family. You can expect anything to happen in those sorts of areas. We then have on the 16th or 17th of July, again, depending on where you are in the world, a full moon in the sign of Capricorn, which is a partial lunar eclipse. So we're hitting the eclipse season. We've had no eclipses this year at all. We've had retrograde planets. We still have retrograde planets. I'm going to go to the 7th of July now, where we have Mercury going retrograde in the sign of Leo. Mercury's retrograde this time is only for about 3 weeks. I think it stations direct again on the 31st of July. Mercury is the planet of communication. It governs computers, emails, texts, messages, travel. They say not to travel or make arrangements for travel in Mercury retrograde cycle, but it's only for 3 weeks, so you can postpone it or plan it for after July, basically. So the full moon is on the 16th or 17th in the sign of Capricorn, which is a partial lunar eclipse. We also have a second new moon for the month. We have another new moon, and it is in the sign of Leo, happening on the 31st or 1st of August, depending on where you are in the world. So there is 2 new moons in this month. But just remember that we've entered the on the 23rd, we will enter the Leo season, which is the start of Leo's birthdays. Happy birthday to all the Leos out there. But also there is a new moon in the sign of Leo on the 31st of the 1st. So Leo is quite a dominant factor in this month as well. That's enough of that one. I'll just pop that away now. I'm going to do things a little bit differently. I've already shuffled the cards for your cards. I'm going to do a 6-card spread. I'm just going to be ad-libbing a little bit. I'm not going to stick to the structured things that I've been doing. Not for this month anyway. I'm also going to use an extra message card out of the Gilded Tarot here. I'm going to pull one extra card at the end of the main reading, just as a extra message. So let's get underway with your 3 cards. And a lot of the cards that I have been placing out, they are like Life Path number 1's coming into Life Path number 2, that's coming into Life Path number 3, if that makes any sense. So some of the cards that the other Life Path numbers I've been getting seems to be rolling into the next Life Path sign, if you like. So yours looks pretty good at the moment. You've only got one major arcana card on the table. I'm going to pull 3 extra cards if I need to on this main spread. The Magician card was in the last 2 readings. We're actually now in the Life Path number 2's reading, so this is what I'm saying. The cards seem to be rolling over and into each other. So like I say, with planetary aspects, we're all under the same influence. It doesn't matter what life path we are, or star sign for that fact. The Magician card, it's a major arcana card. You've only got one. So I'm picking that your month ahead is looking pretty good. The Magician is with Archangel Raziel, and it says, you can manifest the life you want. What you need will magically appear. Successful beginnings. So, and that's your first card. So it's successful beginnings. It's a number 1, which is all about the self. July is a universal 1 month. So it is all about new beginnings. And yeah, basically starting over. June was a 9 universal month. And how you arrive at that is you add up the date with the year, or the month with the year, and it reduces down to that number. So July is a 1 universal month. So we're all under the same, new beginnings, lots of things happening. So especially with this card, it is a very good time because we have 2 new moons that we can manifest in. Do your new moon intention kit. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I've explained it quite extensively in previous videos. You can go to a site called moonology.com. That's www.moonology.com, and you can print out how to do a new moon manifesting list. And also for the full moons you would do a forgiveness and gratitudes list. All our manifesting is for July is what I can tell is coming into effect. So like it says in this card, it says you can manifest the life you want. What you need will magically appear. With the Magician card, the Magician has all the suits at his disposal. He has the coins, he has the cups, he has the wands, and he has the swords. Everything he needs to manifest the life that he wants. But it's not a matter of, hoping and letting fate basically take the reins. It's up to you to manifest this life. It's up to you to do the work. One reason why I say that, because I think you'll be rather busy. You've got the 8 of Gabriel here. The 8 of Gabriel is a card of lots to do. I will read what it says. I'll put that one down just for a moment. It says a great deal of activity, sudden and immediate results, important communication. And there again, like I said, Mercury is going retrograde this season. This month, I should say, if I could speak properly. Communication is going to be probably a big priority at the moment. A great deal of activity, sudden and immediate results, important communication. Being that Mercury is retrograde, make sure that your emails are getting to where they need to go, your messages, your texts, how you speak to people. Make sure that they understand what you're trying to communicate. There could be, like I said, with Mercury being retrograde, there could be your communication could be lost in translation, if you like, or lost in the ethers. This can also represent documents being lost or misplaced or not arriving where they're supposed to arrive. So just be aware of that. These are all general readings. But yeah, I'm pretty sure at the start of the month for you guys, you're going to have a lot to do, especially with this magician card. There is a lot to do. We'll go straight into your next card, which is the Knight of Gabriel. It's that card. It says confident, enthusiastic, courageous, and charismatic. Time to take action, great passion for a cause, instinctively knowing just what to do. So when you receive this communication, I think, you're going to know exactly what to do and where you're headed. But it's like it says, it's time to take the action now. There's no better time than now. And don't put it off for tomorrow, next week, next month. The time is now. The card underneath the Knight of Gabriel there is the Queen of Michael. It's that card there, and it says brilliant, self-reliant, insightful, and humorous. You know exactly what to do. The benefit of experience, a time for your career rather than relationships. So this first into the middle month here, this is sort of like the first half of July. This will be the middle, this will be the end. These 4 cards are all about your career, not a relationship. Relationship is coming up further down here when we get to these cards, but this card here is telling me that you know exactly what to do, the benefit of experience, a time for your career rather than relationships. So you've got the Magician, you've got the 8 of Gabriel, a lot of sudden change, sudden and immediate results. Having the communication, you've got communication in this card as well. Knowing just what to do, take time to take action, great passion for a cause. And then you get this card saying you know exactly what to do now, the benefit of it, the experience, time for your career. So this is where you need to have your plans, set in motion, basically. It's time to take that action. It's time to do what you want to do. We'll go into this card here, which is the 2 of Raphael, which is the 2 of Cups, and this is the relationships card. It says 2 hearts dedicated to creating something wonderful. Kindred spirits, don't give up on those you love. Like I said with the new moon in Cancer at the beginning of the month, this is where it could come into effect. You've got what they call the soulmates card, or it's a karmic card. It's a karmic relationship. This is where this might be coming into play. You could meet somebody, you could meet your soulmate, your life partner. You could rekindle your relationship with your partner. But it's 2 hearts dedicated to creating something wonderful, and being kindred spirits. Don't give up on those you love. Whatever happens with the new moon in Cancer, and being that it's a solar eclipse, this is where at the end of the month things may correct themselves. If they've got a little bit of, if you've had an argument or disagreement maybe, this is 2 people coming back together, kindred spirits, rekindling of feelings. We'll go straight to this card here also, is the 3 of Gabriel. This is, if you can have a look at the thing, this is a lady with her bags packed on a dock waiting for her ship to come in. This can mean travel. But this is also a card of, your ship's coming in. There's a great big sailboat there and coming into dock. It does read, prosperity arising from wise planning. Time to take the next step. Optimistic plans that turn out as expected. So you've done all the wise planning. We can put these 2 cards together. That's what the Magician is about. It's wise planning. That's wise manifesting. That's wise putting all the pieces of the puzzle together. Even into this card here, you've had to work on it. There's a lot of activity, sudden things happening that you've had to take into account. But a great deal of activity, sudden and immediate results. The immediate results, in this card is you're now waiting for your what you've tried to manifest to come in. But like I said, I will just push those up a little bit, and we'll pull some more cards on these main ones for life path number 3s. Okay, I'm going to pull 2 at the moment. This is the Queen of Gabriel. It's quite a good card, this one. Passionate, charming, brilliant, and independent. You can do anything right now. Go after what you want, the ability to attract helpful people. with these, I'm going to go down the row here. You've got the Magician, you've got the Eight of Gabriel, and then you get the Queen of Gabriel. You know, this is basically you can manifest the life that you want. A great deal of activity, sudden and immediate results, and then you get, you can do anything right now. Go after what you want. You know, what more do you need to know? Now is the time to go after what you want. All the cards there on the table are basically saying the same thing. You know, it's time to take action. A great passion for a cause. You know exactly what to do. And then you get the Four of Ariel here when it says, when you give, you also receive. Being resistant to change, extremes in how you spend or save money. To me, it's that last statement when it says extremes in how you save or spend money. Depending on which side of the fence you're on, are you spending too much? Do you need to save a little bit more? Is there an extreme in some area of your finances? Are you giving too much? You know, but like it does say in this card, when you give, you also receive. Being resistant to change. All of this year is about change, being that it is a one universal month. We had a 9-month last month in June. 9s are about endings, and new beginnings is the month of July. You need to let go of what has been, and I mean, you know, your ships are coming in. Change happens all the time, and when we can't accept it, you know, you've got a whole heap of cards there that's saying, you know, you can do anything right now. Go after what you want. The ability to attract helpful people. There's quite a few people in your cards here. You can attract all these people. You can attract people to help you with a great deal of activity, all these sorts of things. You know, you're the Magician. You can do anything right now. Be that Magician. Build the life that you want. Let the past go. And don't be resistant to change. I'm going to pull one more card because it seems to... okay, that one was going to come out of the deck. So we'll take them. And it's a Major Arcana card, so you've got 2. Now this is the World with Archangel Michael. It's the last Major Arcana card in the deck. It is also the end of a cycle. So once you've come through this month, this is the end of that cycle. You're coming into a new cycle because you're creating the life that you want. You're the Magician. You're manifesting this. You're being the Magician. Excuse me, when you think of a magician, what do you think of? You think of magically doing things, magically things appearing, magically people appearing to help you, magically creating the life that you want. You're at the end of a cycle with the World card here. You know, that's done and dusted. But well, how I've done the spread is, you know, that's at the end of the month. Once you get through this month, because you do have a lot to do, you know, your ships are coming in because you're at the end of a cycle. You know, why wouldn't they come in, is what I'm trying to say. Right, I'm going to leave that one there, and I'm going to do a bit of a shuffle with these Gilded Tarot cards, and let's see what... Let's see what they have to say. And I haven't used these cards for a long time, so we'll have to see what happens. Okay. So this will be an extra message on Too many cards. We'll keep this one though because it's the only one that flipped up. It's the Two of Pentacles. Now this one here, I think fits very well with your reading here. Two of Pentacles is like the juggler in the circus, juggling balls basically. He juggles them, makes it look easy sort of thing, but if you've ever tried to juggle, you know it's not that easy. But this means that you're going to be juggling a lot of tasks, a lot of situations, a lot of things for the month of July. So that's your extra message for July. But just know that, you know, you can make it look effortless. It doesn't have to be as hard as we all know, you know, juggling is. You know, you can do this. You've got all the cards on the table. You can do anything right now, even if you have to do a bit of a juggling act for a little while. By the end of, like I said, by the end of July, you know, you're at the end of this cycle. And so you're going to have to do a little bit of a juggling act. And this card's going to represent you for the month of July and doing that little bit of a juggling act. But you do have, you know, it's time to take action. You can do anything right now. Go after what you want. The ability to attract helpful people. A great deal of activity. Sudden and immediate results. And important communication. Please don't forget that one. Manifesting the life you want. What you need will magically appear. And you've got like the World card there. You know, you're ending out a cycle here. But don't be resistant to change. Change is always good, and that's what these retrogrades and all that are all about. It's getting us to change, sort of thing. Okay guys, I'm going to leave it there. I wish you well for the month of July. Look after your health as well. And if you're doing this juggling act, make sure you get the rest and that you need to do this juggling act. You'll make it much easier for yourself. So we'll all talk again soon, and take care everybody. Let me know if you like what I've done today. I know it's a little bit ad-lib sort of type thing. I know it's not structured like I usually do, but I'm also trying to upskill and learn new techniques. So anyway, on that note, we'll talk again soon. Take care all.